Virginia have been feeling the brutal effects of Hurricane Irene, and the storm now continuing its slow creep up the East Coast, a tropical storm on its way to New York and New England. Good evening, I'm Chris Chansey, and you're watching MSNBC's live coverage of Hurricane Irene. Let's get you caught up on the latest. Irene is slowly cutting a path up the East Coast. The massive Category 1 storm is hitting Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware right now.
I'm in Maryland.
Wind, rain, and what they're really worried about, this extremely dangerous storm surge. Virginia's Department of Emergency Management says more than 700,000 people in that state have already lost power. Officials also warn that the suburbs around Washington, D.C. could see widespread outages, and it could take days to restore service. In North Carolina, more than 500,000 people are without electricity. Officials there say in some areas it could be weeks before the lights are back on, although when we talked to the governor, she was a little more optimistic than that. And ominous clouds are now moving into New York City. The rain has been falling on and off since this morning. Irene is expected to hit the city and New Jersey's coast within the next 90 minutes or so, and then only continue to gain power. Officials in both states pleaded for people to follow evacuation orders in low-lying areas. New York City's transit system shut down at noon today. Look at this picture. I mean, you just don't see this.
That's the wind howling.
Places like Grand Central Station are empty. Philadelphia is shutting down just after midnight. Now, Boston officials say their transit system will be closed tomorrow. So for the latest on the storm's path, let's bring in NBC meteorologist Bill Parents. And Bill, obviously, a couple of problems here. Well, many problems. Two of them are on the side. And again, just how slowly this is moving. It's just hanging over these areas hour upon hour.
I know. I mean, just imagine, New York City to Virginia Beach, normally it would probably take me about a good 12, 14-hour drive. And, this storm has to take that journey because that's where it is right now. And then by sometime tomorrow, probably around 10 a.m. or so, it'll be right near New York City. That's literally the path the storm is taking. You can see how huge it is, as Chris is mentioning. Now, as far as the rain goes, that's going to be the story overnight, is the really heavy rain amounts. We're going to start to get the flash flooding out there. We're going to start to watch those rivers rapidly rising, especially in New Jersey. The winds will be continuing to rake the coast. One thing that's interesting, this is still a hurricane. No question about it. Take a look. This is a zoomed-in image. This is Virginia Beach up here. You can see that there. But look right in the middle here. That is the eye. There's actually a little clearing. It's actually cleared itself out a little bit there. So there's no doubt this is still a hurricane. Virginia Beach, if you were watching Brian Williams with Eric Fisher there at Virginia Beach, there was no doubt about it. He was blowing around pretty good, and he was on the northern backside of the storm. So here's what we're looking at. The area of orange is the tropical storm force wind. Covers much of I-95.
I'm right there.
From areas now from Philly southward. So we're going to start getting those power outages now in
To be
southern
precise,
Jersey.
I'm exactly
In about
right
3 or 4 hours,
here.
those tropical storm force winds will make their way into Long Island and also New York City. And can you believe the tropical storm force winds still go all the way down to Wilmington? That's where the storm made landfall about 14 hours ago. Notice the wind gusts. They're not as high as they were earlier, but they're still pretty good. Richmond, 59. That's on the backside of the storm. That's why we're hearing about all the power outages, all the suburbs around Richmond, Fredericksburg, Norfolk. That's where the worst of it is. We're still seeing horrible surge right now in the lower Chesapeake. But as the storm goes by, now the water will
Let me give you a
start to
better
flow out.
picture
The most damage
of what it's doing outside. It's not that big of a deal, but there's some water on the ground. Whoa. I did say it's not that big of a deal, but there are some pretty nice gusts out there. So we are actually in the hurricane right now. is down to a Category 1, so that's not that big of a deal. Like, it's a little bit of flooding, and there may be some things like signs damaged or something, but nothing big. I mean, it's not really going to be all that much. Like I said, we get some nice gust.
Over there that fortunately has done no damage, but the storm will be right off of Ocean City around midnight, and we anticipate and are already seeing the surf pick up greatly, the wind gusts picking up. We have about 50,000 people without electricity. We have over 5,000 in shelters right now, and so we've done a lot of good preparation. We very orderly and professionally were able to evacuate Ocean City.
It says down here in my area, it's going to hit really bad at 2 a.m. Guess what? I have to be at work by 4.
Break up a little bit and not strengthen.
Tell us a little bit about the types of resources you have out there, both state and local, as well as any help you're getting from
All right, if it gets any worse, if there's still a little bit of light out there where you can see, I will definitely let you view it. All right, this is Ghost Expert from California, Maryland, reporting the Irene, the Hurricane Irene. It's not really that bad here. We got a little bit of wind, as you can tell, a lot of rain, but I don't think it's going to be all that bad. You guys stay safe out there. Bye.